Coach, the story of last year was all the injuries that you guys had to go through, and getting you through that season. Where are you guys at right now, heading into your season opener next week?
I think our guys are doing a great job of preparing themselves. This was really our first day of installation for Cal. Split the teams up and started working against what we're going to see, and I think the guys are doing a great job of preparing. So we'll see as we go through. We'll have a mock game this Saturday, so that'll give us a lot of ideas of where we are.
Anthony Ratliff-Williams stepped forward as a player last year. How has he blossomed as a leader for this team going into the season?
Yeah, he's done a tremendous job. I mean, any time. He's made. A lot of guys will make a play here and there. And throughout camp, throughout all the practices, Ant's going to make a big play every day. I mean, it's just something that we've become accustomed to. He just has a knack for it, and he does. He's been pretty special on the way he runs his routes these days.
Was today the first day of Cal prep?
Yes, first day of install for Cal.
So training camp is officially over, and you guys are in.
Oh yeah, training camp was over Sunday night at 9:30 when we walked out of that last meeting, and so then the guys had Monday off. They started classes on Tuesday, and we had a practice yesterday, but it wasn't on Cal. It was still on us, and then today was our first install with Cal.
Is Jalen Dalton a full go in practice with y'all in terms of his health? I know he's right there, but
it looks pretty good to me.
Has he been practicing with y'all at full contact, full pass?
He's been practicing.
Aside from Cole, what have you seen from that group, the linebackers that you liked in camp?
Well, John Smith is doing a great job. I mean, he picked up right where he left off in spring. I mean, he's done a really good job. And then Dominique Ross has had reps, and now he's getting more reps, and so he's doing a good job. The younger guys we're bringing along as we go. Matt Flint and Gimmel has stepped up and made a bunch of plays. So he's a guy that's going to factor in.
Are you settled on? Go ahead.
What concerns you about that group?
Whatever.
It's Brett. You were an avocado shooter. I guess you go for it. What concerns you about that group, other than maybe some?
Well, I mean, you got a couple guys that have a lot of experience, and then you have a bunch of guys that don't have experience. They're athletes, and they run around and they'll hit you, but they got to know what to do. The days of you just go over there and chase the ball and tackle it. That doesn't happen anymore. You gotta be able to think. You got to be able to call the defense. You got to be able to get people lined up. And then you got to be able to make adjustments within the game, and so it's you have to think. You have to be able to think and process. That's the biggest deal. They know what to do, but processing at the speed of what the game's played is the toughest part.
Have you settled on 5 guys on the offensive line yet, or is it still pretty fluid?
I think we're pretty close. We've settled on, I would probably say, the all but the right guard spot. Yeah.
And how are those guys looking?
That's something that the offensive line, anytime you're putting new guys out there, they've got to get as many reps as possible. It's going to be interesting to see as we go through the game plan, because here's the deal. We've been running with the whole offense. Now as we start narrowing things down for a game plan, guys can start concentrating. We'll see more continuity. We'll see better things.
So neither of those guys, Billy Ross or William Barnes, either of them have separated themselves a little bit at all?
Not yet. So, right now, both of them could play.
In what couple of areas has Nick Polino grown the most in the last 12 months?
Yeah, he knows everything. He knows every adjustment there is to the offense. He's not going to make mental mistakes. He's going to be able to communicate with guys. He's going to be able to teach younger guys. So that's nice, because JJ hadn't had a lot of reps in there. So Polino next to him, Polino's able to calm him down, be able to talk through things, and have some good communication up front.
J.K. Britt's a player who's been with y'all for 4 years now. He's obviously in a starter spot. Started some last year when Donnie Miles went out. What do you like about J.K. Britt?
One, he's got a lot of experience, and he's very comfortable now. He's because he's been here a long time, he's one of the oldest guys back there, and so he's played a lot of meaningful reps over the time. But now he's one of the guys now, and he's I can tell you in both of our scrimmages he made a lot of plays.
How have you seen Nathan Elliott progress since it became official that he was going to be the starting quarterback going into the season?
He hadn't changed a bit. That's the thing about Nathan. He's always very level-headed. He's very calm. You don't see him get too high. You don't see him get too low. Which is, good characteristics of a good leader. Everybody knows he's going to be pretty solid. He's going to be like a rock, and that's good to know.
Do you have any clarity on who his backup is at this point?
No.
Has the offense moved like you wanted to move when Elliott is running the offense and everything?
There's times when it is, and there's times when it's not. So which is typical of this time. So, like I said, as we start narrowing down the game plan and start focusing on what we're really going to do at Cal, then we should see all of those things start flowing smoother.
What do you like outside of Anthony Rattler at wide receiver?
Oh, I like everything that Daz Newsome is doing this camp. I love what Thomas Jackson's doing. Bo Corrales has had a great camp. I mean, he really has. I mean, that guy's come a long way since his freshman year. And so and then Diami. I mean, for a true freshman, that kid's gonna he's gonna help us this year, and he's made a lot of plays for us in the fall.
Larry, has Grant Lawless joined the program?
He's got some personal issues that he's dealing with right now.
Is he on campus?
No.
What's an area that Patrice Renee, you need to see him grow coming into this camp, and has he done that? Has he developed that?
I mean, it's really, Patrice has all the physical tools that you need to be an elite corner. And so really it's just making sure that the communication between the safeties and him, everything's locked in, and there are no mental mistakes. As he starts eliminating those and processing quicker, he's going to be able to stay on the field.
Consistency maybe been an issue for him. Have you seen that?
Yeah, there's been better consistency, but we're always looking for consistency.